Who could ever forget the story of Connor Mitchell, who we came to know as Connor the Crusher? He was a young man who was bravely battling against an insidious disease in pediatric brain cancer. And battle he did, and fight bravely he most certainly did, and stare that disease in the face and show a tremendous amount of heart and courage he did. We first found out about him in late 2012 as his family put out a video where Connor's one wish was to be able to meet his favorite WWE superstar, Daniel Bryan, which he did. Who could ever forget the scene of him putting Daniel Bryan in the no-lock backstage? But thankfully for all of us, that wasn't the last time that we had heard from Connor Mitchell. When we got close to WrestleMania 30, there he was coming down the ramp in an empty arena with his hero, Daniel Bryan, doing the yes chant. All the superstars are gathered around the ring, clapping for him. Triple H comes in through the ropes and asks Connor to hit him, and Connor doesn't want to do it. He's afraid he's going to hurt him, and he ends up doing it and knocking out Triple H with a stiff right hand, brother. And he pins Triple H 1, 2, 3, hooking the leg and all, as a real superstar would. Now there, Connor the Crusher was a real professional wrestler, and who could forget? There he was at WrestleMania 30 as Daniel Bryan and so many of his fans were living through the experience and getting their WrestleMania moment. Connor and his family were getting that WrestleMania moment as well, ringside. And when Daniel Bryan won the belt and all the confetti's dropping and all the people are doing the yes chants, he sees Connor the Crusher and his dad ringside, and he goes out to him and lets Connor know how much he means to him and how much he's touched his life. And sadly, soon after that, Connor the Crusher lost his brave battle against pediatric brain cancer, passing away at the age of 8. I say lost only in the sense that cancer took his life, but I assure you, he won the battle. He didn't allow cancer to dictate how he was going to live his life. He didn't allow cancer to rob him of his spirit. He did not allow cancer to rob him of his smile. He did not allow cancer to rob him of the right to be a child. It did not rob him of his innocence. So it didn't win. Connor won. And I know that when the WWE put out that great tribute video to him last year, and his dad, Steve, said in part that his favorite thing about the WrestleMania weekend and experience was the fact that for the first time in years, he was able to forget that his son was sick, and that it was so great to see a son who so often needed help to do things, didn't need as much help, and he could see his kid just living it up and enjoying the time, and he, as a result, as a dad, was able to enjoy it so much, and that he could never repay the WWE for all that they had done for him. I sit there and I say, no, Mr. Mitchell, you're wrong. We, as a wrestling community, the WWE, us as wrestling fans, we can never repay you enough for what I deem to be the honor and privilege of being able to get to know your son and being able to be introduced to your son and being able to see your son get his WrestleMania moment. That is something that we should all be eternally grateful for, and that is something that we could never even begin, I believe, to repay you enough for. But I think there's a way that we can at least try a little bit. And I think it is appropriate. And I know that this isn't the best time to come asking a lot of hardcore WWE fans to do something to unite together, because so many of you are frustrated and angry with the WWE, ironically enough, pertaining to Daniel Bryan and his treatment. And I understand it and I get it. But I hope that we can come together here at least one time. And I hope that we can come together for a greater cause. So many of you made your voice heard last year. So many of you made a WrestleMania moment for yourself and for Daniel Bryan. And most importantly of all, whether you realized it or not, your yes movement, you making your voice heard, your coming together, provided one last WrestleMania moment for Connor the Crusher and his family. Even though you may have done it for yourselves, and even though you may have done it for Daniel Bryan, what you ended up doing is you ended up making a moment for Connor and his family that they will never, ever forget. And you played a big part in that. And I hope that you can come together for a greater common good here and help to get Conor the Crusher inducted into the 2015 WWE Hall of Fame class. Sometimes it's about a greater good, and sometimes it's about something more than just professional wrestling. And I think all of you can understand that, and all of you can appreciate that. And I hope that most certainly for so many of you that were able to rally and join together for a common cause last year to affect a real positive change, that you're able to see past a lot of other things, and you're able to do that once again, and for something that means so much more than just your guy winning the belt at WrestleMania. You helped provide a young man and his family that WrestleMania moment last year, and I think you could do it again this year. This would be the least we could do to help repay the debt that we have to Conor the Crusher and his family, for us again being able to see Conor and be able to learn about Conor the Crusher and be able to experience part of his battle and part of his journey and part of his life. This is the least we could do, is rally together and join together and make our voices heard once again for something good, something greater than us. And that is to put Conor the Crusher into the 2015 WWE Hall of Fame class. Think about the moment, WrestleMania weekend in Santa Clara, you would have Daniel Bryan inducting Conor the Crusher into the WWE Hall of Fame. You want to talk about a WrestleMania moment? How do you top that as a WrestleMania moment? It most certainly would be far greater than winning the belt at the Superdome the previous year. And think about it, there's never been a fan inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. If we're being perfectly honest with ourselves, the moment and timing is right. What better individual deserves that honor, deserves to be the first, if not the only, to be a fan to go into the WWE Hall of Fame than Conor the Crusher? And sadly, yes, he would not be there to enjoy the moment. He would not be there to experience it in person, but his family would be. And you know Conor would be there in spirit if that's something that you believe in. And you can only imagine how much that would mean to his family to know that so many people care so much and were so moved by their battle, their journey, their story, and their son, that they helped make this happen. That this was our way of saying thank you to them. This was our way of saying, no, we appreciate you. It would help them in their grieving process. It would help them to come to terms. It would help them to be able to have some joy in their lives when they surely need it. I don't know if that means everybody that watches this video needs to do a video to help get this trend going. I don't know if everybody needs to start a trend on Twitter. Crusher WWE Hall of Fame. Hashtag Conor the Crusher. Hashtag Conor Hall of Fame. Hashtag Conor HOF. Hashtag Crusher HOF. I don't know. Maybe all of them. I don't care. But I've seen what so many of you rallying together for a common cause can do. And I've seen the good that you can affect and the positive change that you can bring. And especially that positive change that you brought that helped mean so much to one young man and his family, and you didn't even realize it at the time. That should be the great gift that you got from WrestleMania 30 last year. And here is your opportunity. Here is your chance to repay that gift back with WrestleMania 31. So I'm not asking for much. I'm not begging you or pleading with you. Well, yes, I am. I am begging with you at you. I'm pleading with you. I am imploring upon you to join with me. Let's rally together. Let's join together. Put aside the other BS from everything else for one common cause, and that is to help get Conor the Crusher into the 2015 WWE Hall of Fame. If we want to yell at the WWE for this and yell at the WWE for that and yell at each other for this and that, let's at least be able to step aside and yell at the WWE together in unison with one big loud voice like you did last year and make this happen. Conor the Crusher deserves this moment. He deserves this opportunity. His family deserves this as well. They really do. And we should do enough to get together and join together to help make this happen. Conor the Crusher deserves to be in the 2015 WWE Hall of Fame class. It's the right thing to do. I hope the WWE realizes it, and I hope a lot of you realize it too, and hopefully you'll join along with me to help try and make this happen as much as we can.